International Film Festival Rotterdam has revealed its Cinema Regained program, which showcases restored classics, documentaries on cinema, and works by filmmaking masters. This year's Cinema Regained selection shines a light on filmmakers whose contributions have shaped cinema history, both celebrated and overlooked. After a 30-year hiatus, burkinabé director Drissa Touré makes his return with the world premiere of Musso Farman, co-directed with Stéphane Benga, which explores the contradictions in Burkina Faso's society, focusing on the resilience of women in daily life. The legacy of Sergei Parajanov is honored with the world premiere of The Lilac Wind of Parajanov, 37 years after his first visit to the festival. Filmmaker Ali Kamarev, accompanied by cinematographer Yuri Klemenko, delved into the archives and traveled to Armenia and Georgia to honor Parajanov. The Jester, by José Álvaro Morey, which screened at IFFR in 1988, returns in a restored version, blending theater and cinema in a poetic adaptation of Alexander Herculano's 1842 novel on Portuguese independence. Thai cinema takes center stage with Calm Akadet's I Am With a Monk, a tale of survival and redemption starring Thai screen icons Sombat Metheny and Sorapong Chaudhry. Cinema Regained has twice presented Korean public broadcaster KBS's documentary television series, Modern Korea, which critically examines the nation's history through the prism of KBS's own production. The latest installment, which has its international premiere at IFFR, from filmmaker Lee Tae-woong, is Korean Dream, the Nama Jinhung mixtape, a documentary built from fragments of films by the now-defunct Nama Jinhung studio to capture the inner landscape of Koreans during the Cold War. Bomba Bernal is IFFR regular Coven's AI-driven homage to the Filipino bomba genre and also has its world premiere at IFFR. Another IFFR favorite, Saeed Nouri, presents Tehran, an unfinished history exploring pre-1979 Iranian cinema's unexplored history. Meanwhile, Sammy Van Ingen returns with Cast of Shadows, an intimate archival essay unraveling the stories of women behind Robert Flaherty's legacy. Women are central to the Cinema Regained program. Indian filmmaker Sai Paranjpai's Katha brings wit and charm to the classic hare and tortoise fable, while the world premiere of Vani Subramanian's Cinema P Cinema, the theaters, the movies, and Us explores the legacy of India's single-screen cinemas, weaving the memories of these theaters with the social and political shifts of the nation over the past century. Gujarati filmmaker Chetna Vora is honored with a screening of her first film, Oyoyo, an investigation into the life of foreign students in the German Democratic Republic, where Vora studied film, exploring themes of cultural identity, music, and community. Her second film, Frauen in Berlin, screens in the program Focus. Hold Video in Your Hands, a collection of stories and impressions from the perspective of women. Additionally, Christian Buchner's Erzelungen eins Kindergears paints a portrait of cinephilia through conversations with Werner Dutch, a pioneer of German television's engagement with film culture. The program also dives into historical narratives left untold. The world premiere of Hafiz Rankajal's Baktir revisits the silenced legacy of Indonesian filmmaker Baktir Siagian, whose career was cut short during the 1965 anti-communist purge. Most of his work was either neglected or destroyed under Suharto's regime. This film serves as a powerful counter-narrative, challenging the distorted portrayal of his legacy in official historiography. Baktir's recently rediscovered masterpiece, Turang, 1957, screens in Focus. Through Cinema We Shall Rise. The Cinema Regained program also highlights several pre-1970s works, each offering particular storytelling perspectives. These include a retrospective of the Ukrainian filmmaker in Focus, Sergei Masloboyshikokov. There is also an exploration of Ukrainian exile cinema in the U.S. in the 1930s, Cossacks in Exile, 1939, a joint endeavor between filmmaker Edgar George Ulmer and dancer-choreographer Vasyl Avermenko, telling the story of Ukrainians who refuse to submit to Russian authorities and are then driven from their country. Gustav Mahlender's There's a Fire Burning, 1943, explores wartime tensions through an unraveling love story, recently honored with a retrospective at Bologna's Il Cinema Ritrovato. Tengiz Abuladzi's Someone Else's Children, 1958, presents a tender tale of two siblings seeking a maternal figure, while Vatroslav Mimica's Kaya, I'll Kill You, 1967, is a bold, fragmented exploration of oppression. The spirit of cinematic community is celebrated in To Do Parisia Possible by Ramon Rivera Morat. The film revisits Puerto Rico's utopian moment through the lens of rural filmmaking in the 1950s and 60s. Accompanying the film is the short program A Better Tomorrow for Puerto Rico, featuring 3 titles tracing the beginnings of filmmaking in Puerto Rico, including Las Manos del Hombre, 1952, by Jack Delano.